Hey guys, we are here at Downtown Disney at the Disneyland Resort to give some tips, tricks, secrets, and just some fun stuff for Downtown Disneyland. If you are catching on to our video series late, this is video number 9 in a series. So if you're going to do Disneyland, the resort as a whole, we definitely suggest going back to our intro video where we talk about kind of the focus of these videos, as well as all the secrets of Main Street, Toontown, Frontierland, all of that, we break it down. That being said, if you're just coming into Downtown Disney, maybe you're out for a convention like a WonderCon, Star Wars Celebration, and you just want to find some of the best things to do in Downtown Disney, or just know some of the fun little secrets, where to get free refills, how to get parking validated, things like that. We're going to take a tour through Downtown Disney, share some of the best things, the most fun, and a lot of the hidden gems that make it a really unique place. You can have a ton of fun at the Disneyland Resort without paying any of the money to even go inside the park. So we're going to go and share some of that and take a trip around Downtown Disney right now. All right, we're going to pick up our talk about Downtown Disney here on the outskirts of it here and talk a little bit about parking. So we're here at the corner of Magic Way and Downtown Drive. This is right outside. You can see the hotels there of the Downtown Disney District. Now parking, there's a few different spots. One that we love to target though is straight down here at the end of Magic Way. You can see it is closed now, but they use this as kind of an overflow parking and open it up quite a bit, but it's very sporadic. And so if it's open, the nice thing about it is it'll give you 5 hours of free parking, no need for validation or anything like that. So we always check there first. After that, then 2 other spots. On the other side of Paradise Pier, there's a big parking lot, and then right here is the most popular of the parking lots, here more near the theater and the the Disneyland Hotel. So the rules here, it's 3 hours free, which is nice. That's a good chunk of time there, more than a lot of places give you. And then you can get 2 additional hours with validation. But you do need a movie ticket or one of the specified restaurants, which seems to change on and off there. Be careful, Trader Sam's, at least as of recent times, has not been included in that, but you can find a lot of good opportunities, as I said, by just checking this lot as well, and then looking for other options, and we'll show some of those as we go into the Downtown Disney District to talk about parking options. Making our way from parking to something a little bit more fun. One of the highlights for us of any Downtown Disney trip is the actual Disneyland Hotel. So I know a lot of people skip over this or maybe just check in on it once or twice a year, but they do a lot of cool things there, especially if it's during the holiday seasons. There's extra theming, in particular for Christmas, obviously, a little bit for Halloween, but even beyond that, there's a lot of cool artifacts in there, cool little hidden Easter eggs, things like that. Definitely suggest taking some time with the hotel and just wandering. We're going to share with you some of our favorite spots that we think are just must visits, and that anytime we share Downtown Disney with someone, we bring them directly to these places. But there's going to be a lot we're leaving off, just as with everything else from our previous videos. This is meant to be a living document and share things in comments. So if there's something we skipped that you really love, please make sure to add it in the comments. But let's go take a look inside the Disneyland Hotel and find some of that fun stuff. All right, right as soon as you walk into the lobby, you're immediately hit with this very cool map of Disneyland, as well as the Disneyland Hotel. It's kind of the Disneyland that isn't in a lot of ways, but you can see a lot of things, whether it's Art of Animation there, Carousel of Progress, or other fun things within the map. In addition to that, there's a ton of cool interactive, or I shouldn't say interactive, but just lit and moving images on there, which are fun to see. In addition to that, down in the lobby, further by the check-in area, there's teacups, and you can sit and just hang out in the teacups. There's also viewing area with cartoons playing for kids and fun stuff like that. Again, obviously if you're staying at the hotel, it's much more easily accessible, but even if you're just passing by, we've had friends just come in and sit their kids down in front of the TV. I've recorded podcasts in the teacups before, so you don't have to be staying at the hotel to enjoy these things. Moving out of the lobby towards Steakhouse 55 and Goofy's Kitchen, 2 really great places to eat, but both very pricey, but good places. But what I want to stop by is just this amazing kind of giant display shadow box of all sorts of cool Disney memorabilia. Lots of it from 50s, 60s, 70s, and all sorts of things to see there. You could really spend probably an hour here just looking at every tiny little thing. Lots of fun to see. Down the hall from that display that we were just looking at, there is the escalators, which leads to a lot of conference rooms, but you can head up there. There's lots of cool murals to see, concept artwork. They're usually changing things out, and how can you beat an opportunity to take a picture in an Autopia car. At the center of the Disneyland Hotel, adjacent to the pool areas, two of really our favorite places to eat in the entire Disneyland Resort. So Trader Sam's is a favorite tiki bar. You can see there's lots of outside seating amongst the torches. Amazing look inside with, in my opinion, the best themed dining experience in all of Disneyland, surpassing even the Great Blue Bayou, which has a lot of great stuff, but the level of interactivity and things like that is just something else at Trader Sam's, and a lot cheaper. And then you got Tangaroa Terrace. Doesn't have any of the extra highlights or fun stuff like that, but it does have really good prices on pretty much the same food. So you don't have the alcohol options there. It's much more of a family spot. It is casual, as it says, island dining. You order at a counter, they bring it out to you. But oftentimes when it's just too busy at Trader Sam's, we'll just make our way over to Tangaroa and have a bite there instead. Here we are inside Trader Sam's just to get a quick look at all that it has to offer. This isn't the half of it. Lots of surprises. We're going to avoid any spoilers so you can enjoy them yourself. In addition to the Fantasy Tower, the Adventure Tower and the Frontier Tower have a lot of cool things to share as well. But we're going to take a look at the Frontier Tower. We'll let you take a look at the Adventure Tower on your own. But this is kind of a highlight, again, within the resort for us, is this awesome model diorama of Thunder Mountain Railroad. While Paradise Pier is a bit of a walk from downtown Disney, not too far, but I mean, it's just, down the walkway here and much more removed than really the hotel or the Grand Calvo. But it has great prices on rooms, for one. If you're looking to stay at the resort, check those out. And then the other thing about it is just it's a really good way to escape the crowds if you're looking for eating options that are a little bit, less crowded, really. Not any cheaper, really, than the rest of the food in downtown Disney, but there is a restaurant in there. They also have a breakfast buffet at the place. There's a coffee stand. Not a ton of food options, but we have used it on the occasional Friday night, Saturday night as kind of an escape from the downtown Disneyland crowd. So just a thought there. Now we make our way from the Disneyland Hotel to downtown Disney proper. And so this is adjacent to the parking lot if you've not been here before. You've got the ESPN Zone and the Rainforest Cafe. Good food at both, nothing amazing at either. ESPN Zone definitely is showing its wear and tear, so if you've been to other ESPN zones like New York or Houston or places like that, this one's not really looking as good as a lot of those. There's a lot of wear and tear in there. But anyway, still, that's typical food things and fun to watch the TVs and see the sports and all that. One thing to note with both of those, they do parking validation, so if you eat at either, you can. Also, if you have kids, we have several friends that have children that their kids will just go in there even if they haven't eaten there with their ticket, and they will just stamp them and give them validation. So we do not have kids, so we have never done anything like that or tried it. The AMC, again, you get parking validation there, again, the 2 hours. Also note with the AMC, they also have some nice food options relative to movie theater, so there's more than just the standard popcorn and drinks. They have pizzas and chicken tenders, things like that. But then next to it, Earl of Sandwich, a really nice addition in the last couple years here for sandwiches, soups, things like that. Much more affordable than some of the more expensive spots or sit-down restaurants in downtown Disney, so it could be a good option for individuals and particularly families. Also in the center here, this stage is going literally 7 days a week, pretty much 365 days a year from what we've seen. We've never seen it take a night off, so there's always entertainment there that people can enjoy. They gather around dancing, anything from swing dancing, various cultural type, folklorico, things like that. Just a lot of fun down there. Again, if you're not going to be going into the parks for a day, or maybe just not at all and enjoying the area, this might be a cool area to kind of spend some time to enjoy the music, see a movie, and grab a bite to eat. Trader Sam's, we talked about just that themed entertainment experience outside of actually Disneyland or DCA. And again, that comes back to life here at the Lego store. This is really a tremendous Lego store. I like it even better than the one at Downtown Disney in Orlando for our own preferences. Not quite as big, but just in terms of the works, the sculptures, all inside and outside, just a little bit more up our alley in terms of likes and all of that. Also to note about the Lego store, if you're not that familiar with Lego, maybe just a passing interest, is Lego stores usually have better better prices on their items than even picking them up at Toys R Us or places like that. So in particular, if you get the VIP card, definitely make sure to get that because you immediately get money off the next purchase. So even if you're just going to buy one thing at a Lego store and then return to your city away from here, definitely get the card, take advantage of it. Sometimes there's even double points. Actually, right now as we're recording this, they're ending double points right now. So in that case, we're earning $2 for every $2 for every $10 we are spending there. But it's just a fun place to check out, bring the kids, and again, even for the adults, good photo ops abound both outside and inside the store. In the center of downtown Disney, you've got some of the kind of anchor restaurants. So you've got Ralph Lauren's Jazz Kitchen, you have obviously House of Blues, and then there is Tortilla Joe's as well. But wanted to point out the breakfast menu in particular at the Taqueria here. Not that their lunch and dinner menus aren't bad either. They're fast food, all good food, but in particular the breakfast, really good food, really good prices relative to being at the Disneyland Resort. It's a newer spot here. As I said, though, they have good chips and salsa as well for later in the day. We've enjoyed that. Not a ton of seating, but usually enough. And at a time like right now, you can come over here, get good food, mostly from the same kitchen, very similar food to what you can get over here at Tortilla Joe's, where you see this very long line of people sitting in. Obviously not the same depth of menu, not the service. It is a counter service place, but it's definitely worth a look. Next to Ralph Lauren's Jazz Kitchen, we have the Jazz Kitchen Express, which has great beignets. Unfortunately, it usually gets a really long line, so this is a great time right now that there isn't that line. But one thing really important to note about the little cafe or express here is they have free refills on their soft drinks, which is a real rarity at any counter service place in the Disneyland Resort. Also, they have a refillable mug that you can buy. It's $10 for the cup, or a fairly large, decent-sized theme park type cup. And then you can get refills for $1 anytime you bring it back until, I guess, infinity, until they go out of business or something. There's no deadline on it. There's no year or anything like that. So again, the downside is there's usually a huge line. Actually, the line in most cases goes to about where we're standing now. But can't really beat $10 for dollar refills or just free refills in general during the day. So something to note, very, very rare here at the downtown Disney, or anywhere in the Disneyland Resort for that matter. Right next to the Jazz Kitchen Express here, we've got Wonderground Gallery as well as D Street. These are two must-stops for Marvel and Star Wars collectors or just fans in general. They do a roving exhibit here at Wonderground. It changes. Lots of cool stuff, though, in there beyond the just Marvel or Star Wars stuff. In looking at D Street, lots of product here. You can see the C-3PO and R2-D2 in the window there. Currently, Star Wars is front and center at this, probably tying into Celebration. They kind of move that around, but lots of cool things to see inside and to purchase as well. All right, outside the Grand Californian, we've got all sorts of live entertainment, Sephora, Jamba Juice, Quicksilver, Roxy, lots of fun stuff. Naples and Napolini, one thing to note there, Napolini is a quick service place, some of the taqueria. You can just grab a drink, grab a slice of pizza, pay at the counter. Historically, we've had good success there just buying a drink and then walking into Naples and they will validate it. So just for the cost of a drink, you can get validation for parking there. Obviously, with any of these things, they could change, but that's always been fine for us and always worked well. Also, Anna and Elsa's Boutique here, relatively new. If you have a Frozen fan in your family, it is a must-stop place. It's got more concentrated Frozen than anywhere else in the Disneyland Resort. The kids can get made up as Anna and Elsa or any of the other princesses with their hair, so definitely a worthwhile check. Next to it, Marceline's Confectionery. You can sit right outside and watch them make the candy, the apples, things like that. A lot of fun, particularly around Christmas time when they really ramp up with some unique things. I guess Halloween as well. So a lot of fun things right here in this kind of center right before walking into the Grand Californian, which is what we're going to do right now. The lobby of the Grand Californian is definitely not a secret spot. I mean, it does get really crowded at varying points during the year, and even during day-to-day, particularly mornings and nights. But that being said, it can be a good breakaway to kind of hide out. It has some of the most needed things when you're at the Disneyland Resort: air conditioning, seats, and places to charge. Lots of little outlets that are able to be plugged into where the lamps are, things like that. Usually decent amount of open seating. Sometimes you may have to share, a little table or things like that, but usually that works out pretty well most times. The other thing, it has good Wi-Fi, really good Wi-Fi. There's been many media night or media day activity that we've done where we've wanted to get the video up immediately, and we've come in here and just spent an hour or two just uploading tons of video and getting it posted so that we can kind of beat the rest of the gang to getting stuff online. And so another good spot for that. But yeah, again, it's not a secret spot by any means, but I do think it has a lot of resources here that are worth a check. If the seating is just gone, if you come in here and it's, there's nowhere to sit except for maybe on the floor and you don't want to do that, heading out the doors also works pretty well. Right down there, you can't go out that way. That's the elevators, but if you head down outside the conference area there's tons of open seating there and lots of shade, and it's very rare that area is too crowded. So again, even if you're not staying at the Disneyland Resort, sometimes even more the reason that you need a break, because you can't just head to a room. This can be a good spot. The bar back here, the Hearthstone, is quite awesome. Really great selection of drinks, and also as well as free little snacks like a trail mix to go with it. Good stuff there. So again, not a secret necessarily, but maybe a little secretive on the multitude of things that you can do in this little area. If you proceed out the lobby towards the pool and make your way down past the various restaurants here, you come to an entrance right into the park for the Disney's California Adventure, DCA, which is really cool because it's almost always a better option for getting into the park in a quicker way. They do check tickets and want you to be staying at the hotel the first couple hours of the day, but we've never really had a problem coming after noon there, and it beats a lot of the crowd. We're always surprised by how many people tell us that they didn't realize that even existed, that are veterans of Disneyland and come as much as once a week even, which blows me away. So anyway, definitely a good entry point there. Just make sure to pay attention to the times. All right, we're going to wrap up our time here in downtown Disney at Whitewater Snacks, which has really become one of our favorite places to eat in a lot of ways in the last couple months here. This is thanks to Jeff Tucker of 91 Reasons fame. We didn't realize it was even anything more than just a kind of a quick, bags of chips and sodas and things like that. But they actually make burgers. I think they have the best burger in all of the downtown Disney, in my opinion, even inside of Disneyland as well. And you can sit right out here and look right into the park, which is really cool. You can't beat that view. So a lot of fun. They also have grocery type things in there as well. Not that you'd want to pay those prices. There's a CVS across the street if you're staying down here that much more suggests that you check out. But there's microwaves in here. There's places to charge, and just kind of a nice, it almost has kind of the feeling of like staying at a campground or something, where they've got kind of an all-purpose service place where you can get food cooked and prepared for you, or you could just grab some raw bacon and cook it yourself. So kind of fun. So we're going to go ahead and grab a burger ourselves and have some dinner. I hope you enjoyed this trip through downtown Disney and found some cool things to help make your experiences here a little bit better. Whether you're a Disney fan or not a Disney fan, there's a lot to be offered in this area. It's a great entertainment district, ton of great food, ton of great fun in general to be had. And so we're going to grab a burger and leave you here. If you have anything that we missed, please add it in the comments section. Until next time, we'll see you in line somewhere.